and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm going to work on my tortoise today. So this one is from Fan Cells. I've done up to here, so I've just removed a whole row. This is the way I tend to have been working on this painting. I've done two sort of evenings worth, and I've done a full strip and then just started on this bottom corner and done all that symbol all the way across and then kept going. So I thought, why not continue the way I have been working on it? And I don't think I'll get the whole thing finished, but we'll see how far the questions take us in our little WIP and Waffle. So let me zoom you in. Let's see if I can move it forward a bit and just get the whole strip in there. There we go. I think that's the closest I'm going to get with the whole strip in there. But I'm using the limited edition magenta tray that comes out on Friday and the limited edition pen, because why not? And I've just realised that for some reason I've managed to drop a diamond on there. So let's move that one further up. I have tipped in the diamonds. I popped a pen tip in my pen and it actually already had a glue dot in it. I think it's one I took out of a silver one that I popped some multi-placers on to give it a go. So I wanted to test whether the glue dot was still sticky enough or whether I needed to do any messing about before I started this video. But I hope you are all well and had a very good week. I feel like I had a little bit more of a productive, well, no, it's been productive weeks the past few weeks anyway. I think I got a little bit more organised last week. I think that's the difference. And trust the first symbol I need to be one that is dotted about everywhere. This is going to be a symbol that I'm going to miss some. I can tell. It's not a block of colour, it's a dotted in between all sorts of other colours. But anyway, let's carry on playing hunt for the letter T. Yeah, I feel like I have broken the back, I think, of my to-do list, or at least got it a little bit less bitty and a little bit more, ready to plough through. That's my hopes anyway. We shall see what the next week brings. I know people are very eager to have updates on the advent calendar that we are planning on doing. I am hoping that by the end of next week I will have the bulk of that sorted so that I can at least start providing you guys with information while the last things finish up and finalise. So yeah, once September launch is complete, hopefully be able to start giving you information about October's launch early, because I do realise that October launch is a very big launch for us, but people also do want to be able to plan for things. So I appreciate the support, and I appreciate that people want to be able to join in but need to take steps to do that first. So hopefully I'll be able to provide some more information the week after next. But yeah, it is September already. I can't quite believe it's September. Kids, I think, start going back to school here next week. I know Megan's already had a couple of days in school because the teachers start back earlier, getting everything organised, or at least trying to get organised, ready for the new school year. But yeah, kids start going back next week. We've got a child moving into uni next weekend. which is going to be freaky, not having a child less at home, one less, one down. We've still got the other 3 to keep us extremely busy, but yeah, it's definitely going to be very weird not having the youngest at home for our little nighttime conversations. I'm sure we'll still be having plenty over the phone instead, but yeah, let's hope September is a good month for everyone, whether you're back at work, got kids back at school, whether you're even back at school yourself, or whether it makes no difference to you what the school timetable is whatsoever. I hope everybody has a great September. So let's have a look. What comments and things have we got? So I did go through all the comments on the WIP Chats, replying where required, reading if not, for all of the older WIP Chats. So trying to keep comments current again, so that we're sort of discussing the last video rather than discussing ones 3 or 4 videos ago. It feels a little bit more organised to me as well. That way feels a little bit more up to date. If there is anything that is, of course, really relevant or a completely different type of topic, then I will probably still keep those in. Oh, this letter is definitely one that I am going to miss some. I can see it happening already. It is scattered about throughout this whole section, and of course I have uncovered a very big section to start off with today. But hey, it's how I work when I am sat there listening to my audiobook, or I actually watched TV last night. I actually finished watching the series This Is Us. I kept forgetting that I had to watch the last 3 episodes or 4 episodes, I think it was, of season 6, which I can't believe because it is such a well written TV show. It is. If you haven't seen it, you should. I watched it on Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure it is on something else as well, but I watched it on Amazon Prime and it is so well written. I absolutely loved the TV show, and I think it was, I mean, we got 6 seasons, but I feel like it did run, you know, a true course. It wasn't getting repetitive, it wasn't getting boring, there wasn't any of that. It was, yeah, it was probably just the right length. But yeah, if you've not seen it, This Is Us. I actually would consider rewatching it. Now I know that there's some elements that I'm fully aware of now, that only transpire as you go through the series, but I still think it would be a good show to rewatch at some point. I just don't watch TV very often at all. But yeah, I finally got to the end last night, a very fitting end to the show. Right, I'm having a quick look for my letter. Any more letter T's? As I say, I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss some, but I am just giving it another scan. Okay, let's take it as being done. And as I say, I'll probably have to dip back in. So I want letter J next. So let's get that in. So the cat lady, she says, congratulations. She said you reached your goal. So my last WIP and Chat was my Heaven and Earth design, of which I did reach my goal of 50%. Yeah, and thank you so much to those who have sent me some diamonds that I do need. I will be replying or sending messages to people to let them know that have arrived, but a couple just arrived in the post this morning and I've not yet opened them. So I've not yet, as I'm filming this, I've not yet replied to those people, but hopefully they should be replied to before this video goes live, and I will fill in my gaps of 3712. Fill those little bad boys in, and I will pop down for at some point in September. I'm going to try and schedule some of the videos I want to do through September as one of my to-do tasks at some point this week. So when I do that, I will schedule in to go through all my Heaven and Earth Design diamonds, so that if I do Heaven and Earth Design in November, which is my thought, that I might try and do a section a day in November, provided things have calmed down a little bit for me. Not November, October, sorry. Try and do, you know, a section a day in October. I will have the diamonds to be able to do it, because I really do want to get the Heaven and Earth Design on its way to being finished. I think the project has gone on long enough. But yeah, I've reached the goal of 50% on my big Heaven and Earth Design. The cat lady also says, she says it's nice to have company while she's working on her large round diamond canvas. And that's from Tina. Thank you, Tina. I do really enjoy doing the WIP Chats. I don't know how many sort of extra WIP Chats I will get in through the month of September, but hopefully, if not, I'll be able to sneak in a few more next month. We shall see. Lisa says, well done on getting 50% of your Heaven and Earth Design done. She said she hasn't got the patience to do a Heaven and Earth Design. It is definitely a sort of commitment project, or it will just drag on, very much like mine has dragged on, especially through 2022. My goals at the beginning of 2022 were, there was a couple of different sort of challenges I set myself. One of them was to do some Heaven and Earth Design each month. That definitely waned. Mainly when we got Luna, I think, was when it definitely waned quite a bit. Life definitely got a little bit crazier here during that time. I feel like I've caught up on my massive project by doing it each day throughout a month. And I think for 2023, that's probably more of a challenge that I'll set myself, is to have, you know, a few months within the year where I do a section a day and get some real progress showing. I think there was a lot more satisfaction for me from doing that kind of, you know, longer term stint on the painting. I feel like I could see my achievements a lot better, and got the rewards from that achievement better than doing it once a month. Giles says, well done, Rebecca. I'm sure you'll have the rest done by 2024. Do you know what, Giles? I think my goal is 2023. I would love to do a few more months like August and make some real progress going through it, but I'm going to say I think you're possibly going to end up being right with 2024. Especially for the big one. I suppose it depends whether I concentrate on one or whether I do the two and flip which one I'm doing. That may make a difference. But time will tell. It isn't a race. it is just an accomplishment that I would like to have made. I would like to, finish that project, say goodbye to the Heaven and Earth Design blank canvas projects. I'd love to get them both finished. I'm not going to say goodbye without finishing them, but I would love to get them both finished. And I do have a blank Heaven and Earth Design canvas in black and white that I would love to do. Because I think I prefer that idea of it, of having the black and white canvas to do. I think it will be a lot more manageable. It won't be quite as scary as the tablet chart, but you never know. Once I've got those done, maybe I'll decide to do another one, but that will be quite a few years down the line. Liz, she says, thanks for this, Rebecca. She says, self-care is important. It is. I did prioritise getting my nails done the other evening. I did decide, right, diamond painting I was itching to do. I was itching to do this tortoise, and I was like, no, I know I will feel so much better having got my nails done. So I did. I took the evening slow, pampering myself, doing my nails bit by bit. She says she loves the progress that I've made on my Heaven and Earth design project. She says she's been kitting up Jack-o'-lantern Time by Randall Spangler from Diamond Art Club for an event, and unboxing their first paint delivery, from Diamond Art Studio UK. Ooh, you won't be disappointed. She says she ran out of a colour of a diamond for her current Diamond Art Club picture. So she's emailed them and they are sending some more out to her. But as they're in the UK, they do need to be patient and wait. She says, interesting to hear you were born in Aylesbury and spent some of your early years in Milton Keynes. She says she was born near Aylesbury and she grew up 5 miles from there. She said she bought her first house in Milton Keynes and now lives in South Yorkshire. Oh, another one that has moved up north. Yeah, I lived in Milton Keynes pre-roundabouts. As far as I'm aware, Milton Keynes now has lots and lots of roundabouts. I think I lived there pre all the roundabouts and the new builds and it getting a lot bigger than it is now. But yeah, another one that's taken the move up north. So just tip some more diamonds in my tray. There is a lot of J as well, though this one I'm finding a little bit easier to spot because it's a paler colour. It's not that you can't see the symbols, it's that a lot of the T's is a dark colour and it's mixed in with lots of other dark colours. And they don't tend to be clumped in a block. It tends to be one here, one there, one over there, one over there. There's no sort of pattern the same way there is with some of these others. So that's got a J thrown in there. Scoot over. We've got some more J's in the shell. Jo, she says, congratulations on reaching your goal. She says, this has been a fun month. She said, and a lot of us have made great progress on our projects. She said she has reached 80% of hers while watching this. She said that I really motivated her to work on her cross stitch this month. Well, you're welcome, Jo. I've loved seeing the progress on your cross stitch. It's a really nice hobby to have as well, and I do like the fact that, you know, some other people maybe needed that little nudge you know, they had a heaven and earth design project, very similar to me. They had a heaven and earth design project that they wanted to do, but it was just slow going. And that made them not necessarily reach for it as much as something else that you get satisfaction from a little bit quicker. So I'm really glad that doing a month dedicated to it has helped some other people dedicate a month to it and see the benefit. I think taking September off from it is the right thing for me. Anybody else who's doing it can always carry on, but I think the commitment to doing, you know, or doing our best to do one section or a part of it per day throughout 1 month is doable. But I do think if you keep doing that, then it can become a burnout. So having the month of September off from it as such doesn't mean I won't do any of it. I can't guarantee I will though, because I know September's going to be crazy. But yeah, give it, you know, saying it's okay to take a month off it, because if I do another month, then I'm getting further on than I would. So doing 1 month solid has given me, 31 days. So 31 sections is the minimum that I did. Quite often I did more when I did a WIP chat. They didn't really count as a section. So I did, instead of 7 a week, I did 9 a week. So I got quite a few extra sections in that way for me personally, but I did have the 50% goal. But already, even those 31 sections is more than I would have completed doing a section a month. So I've definitely won on that scale. I've completed my yearly challenge or yearly goal within a month. So any extra months that I can do will really help the project come along. And hopefully I'll be able to do another one. Maybe not as intense, but that people can join in. So not 2 WIP chats a week on it, you know, maybe 1 a week on that project and 1 on a normal project, just so that you guys can see the progress. And anybody else can join in if they want. But if it is too much for them that month because of what's going on in their lives, and they know the kind of month that they're due to have, then they can always join in another month. Because I think it really, really worked that way to do it for me. And that's where adaptation and change is good. You do what works for you. And doing it a month, a section per day, really worked for me. As long as I have those months off in between. It's like December Advent. I love December Advent. I love June Waffle. But I think twice a year is enough for me to commit to a WIP chat a day. And this Heaven and Earth Design Month is a nice in-between scattering for me to do. Right, I'm working up these symbols up the side, and now I've got another, what I call awkward-ish scattered symbol to do with my hashtag. This is probably where I'll find some T's if I've missed any T's. Probably find them while I'm doing this other dark grey. But it's the way I like to work. I know some people like to choose the symbol that is jumping out at them the most, because that's the symbol that they're most likely to, you know, see, because it's the one that jumps out to them. So they're less likely to miss anything if they do the symbol that jumps at them first. And then once they've done that, they look at their canvas again and figure out what symbol's jumping out at them next. And I think both ways work. I have done it the other way, where I go for the symbol that jumps out at me as well. Quite often if I have a painting with a very big background, A bit like Picasso, which had the blue background with paint splatter. Quite often, even if the symbol on the bottom left hand corner was part of a paint splatter, I would do the blue first. Very much like when I do a Diamond Art Club, one of the Hannah Lynn or Mandy Manzano paintings, I always do the black first, and then it sort of grids out the other colours for me, and then I work through those. It's just what works for me for each painting. But for this one, it is very much that the colours are scattered throughout, so I just prefer to start at the base corner and do a colour each time. And there is going to be the odd symbol I miss because I've uncovered such a big section, but I'll deal with that. And I'll just have to dip my pen into the pot to pull out the ones that I've missed. Give myself a little shuffle. Tasha says congratulations on hitting your goal. Thank you. Elizabeth also says congratulations on hitting 50%. It's a great milestone you've crossed. It is. Only taken me a couple of years, but I am so happy that I've hit 50%. She said it's very fun watching you through August, so thank you for the entertainment. Best wishes from Norway. These events people definitely do seem to like them, so I'll have to keep thinking up different challenges for us, different things to try and do, just to, you know, keep us all entertained on whatever project it may be. I can't wait to kit up my next large painting. I am taking today, which is Saturday as I'm filming this, I'm taking today to try and get as many videos as I can done. I have spent the past 2 to 3 weeks pretty much filming the day before or on the day. I have not been anywhere near as prepared as I normally am, which is daft really, because I no longer do the day job. But I seem to be, you know, running out of time. I have had the benefit most days, let's just ignore the last 2 weeks where it hasn't happened, of trying to make sure that I take, you know, the evening to myself. And I've been trying to take at least one day at the weekend. I tried taking a couple, but filming YouTube videos is a lot easier at the weekend for me. But yeah, I think it's October launch and the printer issues. If it wasn't for that printer playing up, I feel like I would be so much more organised than I am. But hey, what's a girl to do? You've got to deal with life's punches as they throw them at you. Because otherwise, how do you know what the good times are if you don't experience the bad ones? But yeah, I'm so happy that I managed to squeeze in the Heaven and Earth design, even if it did get crazy when I didn't realise it was going to get crazy. Melissa, she said post office strike. She said Friday and Saturday. She said Royal Mail postmen striked Friday and today, as she's writing this, which was the Wednesday. She said she sent a parcel, special delivery, that was supposed to arrive on Friday, so arrived for Monday. Oh, supposed to arrive on Friday for Monday. Instead, it was posted on Tuesday and it hasn't arrived yet. Yes, the postal strikes, they're affecting different areas differently. They do seem to be affecting the UK more. So UK Post definitely seems to be more affected. I've had diamonds that were sent to me last week. Is it last week that have just arrived today? However, I have been keeping an eye on some of the tracked international deliveries, because I think there's a question coming up where somebody did say whether it would affect international. And we try and make sure, of course, that we post around the strikes wherever possible. You know, putting that little bit more effort in to actually post last Saturday because they striked on Friday. And then making sure, you know, the orders are going out as soon as they can to help, you know, combat the strike. But I have found from a couple of ones that I've just sort of kept half an eye on, that the actual moving about of the post, like i.e. to the international hub so that they can go off to America or wherever, doesn't have as much of a delay as the UK side of the post. I think they have, of course, tried to make sure that that side of things is still moving. Maybe it's that side of the departments that haven't striked as much. Because there has been different departments that have striked on different days. So I do tend to find there may be 1 or 2 day delay on the international, more so 1 than 2 delay, but we're seeing a 3 or a 4 day delay within the UK. I've had to send a couple of orders out in bigger boxes than I would have liked, because some of my replacement boxes have seemed to have got held up, and they should have been here at the beginning of the week, and it's Saturday, and apparently they're being delivered today or Monday. We shall see whether they arrive today or Monday. I'm hoping today, because I want to get orders out first thing on Monday. My brother is also using our car while he's in the UK, so orders are going out according to my daughter's work schedule and when she can go to the post office around it for us, or when hubby can pinch the car, because he's insured on her car. I'm only insured on our car. So postage is being done around strikes and around work schedules. So I'm hoping these boxes turn up today. Otherwise, the orders from this weekend may be going out in bigger boxes than they need to, because they need to go first thing Monday morning. So I'll be packing them Sunday night, but I get my car back next week, so things will be back to normal. And yeah, the postal strikes are fun. We've even had sometimes the tracking can be entertaining. We've had some tracking that didn't update for ages. The day before it was considered as lost, all of a sudden the country it was going to updated all the scans and it arrived. So yeah, sometimes it is a lack of update from the UK, and sometimes it's a lack of update from the country it's gone to. But yeah, things are moving. There is a very slight delay, but hopefully it won't be too much. The next postal strikes, I think, are the 8th and 9th of September. We have put them on the website. 8th and 9th of September are the next Royal Mail delays. Our launch is the evening of the 9th, which means when we go to post, we should be all good. Strike should be over. You just may find, more so with the UK, again, there may be a backlog at your local office because of them striking on the 8th and the 9th. But international, because they go out of the country, shouldn't experience as much of a delay. They may experience 1 day, while, you know, the day before's post gets lorried down to London Heathrow. to go out of the country, but you shouldn't find too much of a delay. I'm just glad that it worked around launch, and that hopefully they will get the deal that they want and that they deserve, and things can go back to normal. It seems like we forever live for normal, and then we don't value normal when it's here. Maybe I should make note to value normal. When life is normal, value it, because it will go again. Carol says, well done, thank you. And Anne-Marie says, whoop whoop, well done, reaching the 50% mark. She says, definitely seeing your progress coming along. She says, it looks great. Jess says, woohoo, I knew you'd get to 50%. Anna says the same. She says she had faith in me. Thank you. I think it was you guys spurring me on, saying you will get to 50%, that did make me do those last few days. Last couple of days of August, where I did 2 or 3 sections per day, so that I could get to the 50%. So yeah, thank you guys for the spurring on as much as anything. I think it was a good goal to go for this time. I think my next month of doing Heaven and Earth design will be a little bit more relaxed. There won't be sort of a milestone goal to hit. So I think I will just go for a section a day. And if someday something happens that stops me doing that section, then I will forgive myself and I will move on and do a section the next day instead, and still appreciate the fact that there will be progress. There will be progress even if there's not an end goal in mind. It's just getting more of it done. Betty, she says, congratulations on your accomplishments. She is at 48.66% on her Little Dreamers tree. She says she loves the videos. She watches it over and over again. She said, you're such an inspiration to us all. She said, especially me. She said it was you and your channel, she said, that started me in diamond painting. She says, I thank you so much. God bless you and your family. Oh, that is lovely to hear. I love the fact that I have got some people into diamond painting. I do find it so relaxing, considering, you know, a lot of this is now my day job, not necessarily just sitting and dotting, but diamond painting is my day job. And as a hubby actually said to me when I was saying how, you know, I might need to still do my YouTube on evenings or weekends because I'm doing, you know, there's quite a lot of shop prep and things that need to be organised at the moment. And he's like, well, it's your hobby, so that's fine. Like, you enjoy doing the videos, you enjoy diamond painting. So whether you're videoing or whether you're sitting there doing a diamond painting that will potentially then lead to a video, he says you're sitting and you are doing your hobby, even if it is, you know, a very thin line between hobby and work. Believe me, sometimes it can feel like work. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's not down to you guys at all. Most of the time that's just down to my mood as to whether it feels like a hobby or work. But yeah, so blessed that I am able to do it, and so happy that I've, you know, got some people into diamond painting and into doing diamond painting, because I do find it so relaxing just being able to sit there and dot. And I think that's why, you know, this 30 by 30 is nearly done. Like, on my list for today is to kit up another large painting, which will be a video later this week. If I do manage to get it done, because I do have quite a few videos to do for my other channel, so the kitting up video will be one of the last ones I do. So if it doesn't happen today, then it might be a next week at some point kind of thing. If I do finish this, I do have some paint gem mini sets to do. I've had 10 new mini sets turn up, so I am so excited to do them. I'm going to unbox them in stages, I think, so that I can truly show you guys what the images are. But yeah, I'm so keen to get some of those kitted up as well, especially for when we go away for a week. The mini paintings are ideal to take away. I just need to decide which ones. Which ones do I take away? I'm half and half whether to put them in a decision wheel so that I don't have to make a decision. And the decision wheel can make it for me. Colouring with Lou says congratulations on reaching your goal. And Jeanette, she says she has so many overstock. She says, and most are still in baggies. She says, give me a message on Facebook. She said, same name and picture. She says she has, 3,000 of the 300. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. I will go hunting you down later. Because 300 is one that is quite a lot. I know I need. So I do need to do that video soon, I think. I'll see if I can work that into my schedule for maybe next week, so that I can establish exactly what it is that I need, and see if anybody, you know, does have any that they're able to share. And then, yeah, then I can go into October potentially being able to do a section without panicking that I'm going to run out of anything. I know my mum is still short of a few as well. She has sent me a list of about how many, so when I sort through mine, maybe I'll pop that list up if anybody is in Australia and has diamonds that they don't want and are willing to send on to a good cause. We can fill up the rest of my mum's as well, so that however long it takes us, we can complete the painting. Sue, she says her suggestion for the mini tray, she says, will be to sell them, she says, as a random colours. She says just print any colour, and when somebody orders one, she says just grab whatever colour you have. She says that way there is no pressure to have enough of any release colour. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we might look at doing maybe a mixture of the two. So the standard colours that we sell trays, we will potentially sell the standard colour of the little tray. So the pink, white and grey. But for the others, it is something that we will be using sort of the last of the filament for rather than the beginning. So it may be that we just have to wait. That maybe might be like the mystery bags that we do. It'll be a mystery tray colour, and they will come out when we have a few. And then you will get whatever colour it is. We might need to build those up. We shall see. We've just got a couple more steps to do to finalise the design, which hopefully we'll be able to look at doing some point this week. It's another thing that I'd like to finalise. And then once the printers have stopped working like the clackers, which they are at the moment because of our October big launch, Once they have finished working like troopers for October, we can get them going on printing the little trays, in with, of course, printing the stock and stuff as usual. They're put to work so much, but we've had a look. I can't see us being able to fit another printer in the house. Not where I can monitor it on a daily basis anyway. Not without taking all my workspace. It's just not been practical. But no, I do think we're going to do a mixture of the two. I understand that some people do want to know what they're getting if they're paying for it, especially if they're shipping it abroad, in with their order, and you know, the shipping costs to send to another country. So yeah, I think a mixture of the two might be the best way to do it, because we just can't guarantee, and I don't think it's something we can do a limited colour the same way we do a limited colour on the big trays. I just don't think we'd be able to get the numbers right, and we don't have the printer time, because it takes about 10 days. So if we don't have them going at the weekend, which varies, it does vary depending on what we're doing. If we're pottering around the house doing jobs and bits, then we might have the printers going. If we're having a more chilled Saturday, or like today, hubby's doing stuff and I am filming, we don't have them going today. So it takes 2 weeks pretty much to get through a roll of filament to print one of our limited edition. We tend to release 2 limited editions a month. So that is one printer purely working on limited editions, and the rest are purely working on stock. Occasionally, I will get stock built up enough that I will take a stock colour off and put a limited edition colour on. But that's when the printers tend to work for things like October. So we're actually printing 5 different rolls of filament for October, for the October launch. I'll say 5 different. We're actually printing 5 rolls of filament for the October launch. And, you know, they've scattered in when I've managed to build up enough stock. I can't guarantee I can do that each month, because often they have all the 3 basic colours. I've basically been working on like a Trojan. They've been going late at night and weekends so that I could get the extra rolls done. We can't guarantee we can do that every time. So these things happen. We'll mix it up. Okay. I'm wondering if my battery and my memory card will allow me to get the rest of this colour done. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it will. We shall see how far we get. In fact, I might just pause it and change it now, because I'm too busy trying to place diamonds quickly, and that's not helping. Okay, I'm back. Right, that saves me keep watching and looking up at the camera all the time. I've just had a refresh of the comments while I was just changing the battery, and there's still quite a few, so let's see how many I can get through before I either get too warm being stood under these lights, yeah, or it gets, I don't think it will get to the point of me finishing this section because it's a huge one, but you never know. I keep waffling. I suppose that's the point of a whip and waffle. Christine says, hi Rebecca. She says she's doing Luna Lovegood. She says Lovegood, sorry, from Harry Potter. She said it was this painting, she said, that had the wrong colour drills for $5.50. I do remember that comment. She said one day she just decided to get into picking all the wrong drills from the painting. She says, and now the right drills have arrived and she is making good progress. She says yesterday she also began a LOTR painting. She says Bilbo Baggins' Hobbit. So she has 2 large ones on the go now. She said you're making great progress on your Heaven and Earth design. She says, and it's fascinating to watch it come together. Oh, thank you. I like the fact that you said just one day you just decided to get it done. And I think sometimes that can happen, can't it? You can just have something niggling away in the back of your brain that needs doing, or you know, it's some sort of project that you have to do and you keep putting it off, and sometimes you just have to go, nah, this is taking up too much brain space, and just do it. I find there are some times that I have that. Something can just niggle, and depending on what it is, so I have realised that sometimes if I have an organisation project, like the little craft room organisation that I mentioned the other day, and even just a tidying up session, I find it can clear my mind so much more if I just get it done. I found on Friday, I decided, right, I am, you know, having a clear up. Like quite often I will get up at 7:30 and I will just start working at 8. Like I will just sit at the table, you know, doing whatever project it is that I need to do, emails, orders, printing, whatever, and I will just start doing it. And sometimes I'm fighting a battle with stuff that's already on the table, whether it be from the kids the night before, whether it be from me the day before, you know, where I was part way through some sort of, you know, orders that had come in and needed repackaging, or lists all over the place, or whatever, that just, you know, aren't quite tidy. But maybe I've got to a certain point and gone, right, okay, I need to stop now, and walked away from it rather than straightening it up. So on Friday I decided to have a sort of tidy, mainly tidy, little quick dust of the odd key place, you know, if you've got any black furniture, you know what I mean. Tidy up, and then a hoover and a quick mop of the floors on Friday. It took me 40 minutes maybe. I did have quite a bit of recycling that needed to go out from orders the day before. Yeah, and I just took that time, and oh, I got so much more done yesterday because of just taking that time to clear the dining table where I tend to do a lot of the stuff. Clear the dining table, clear my mind. I did my list, and then I did my focus list. So I did both. I did my brain dump, this is what I need to do, and then I went through that list and went, okay, this is what I need to focus on. So by doing that, I started the day off so much better and got so much more done by taking those 40 minutes. And I think the fact that you've got rid of those 500 will free up your brain so much, because you've just decided, right, this needs doing, get it done. And I think sometimes you just have to think that way so you can move forward. Lady Dax, she says, that looks amazing. She says, well done for getting halfway. She says she wouldn't mind having the tiny tray, she says, with and without the magnets. It's the magnets that are taking us more time to get right. You know, getting the strength right, getting the quality right, getting the fitting right, all that sort of stuff is what's taking us, is what needs finalising, to the point that I can then hopefully go into a little bit of production mode when things start finishing on the printers. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Billy, she says, woohoo and congratulations for reaching 50.01%. I like the fact you put the 0.01%, Billy. She said, on your little dreamer's tree. She said, I never doubted you. She said, thanks so much for the extra WIP and waffles in August. She says she's trying to finish up a painting she started in July. She's got 2 sections left. She said she is joining the Ever Moment Customs paint along for September. And she's going to be working on Mama Cardinal number 2 from a set of 3 that she had made. She says she's looking forward to the micro tray, no magnet, and the December Advent announcements. Thanks for the company. And Hank says hi to Luna. I'm sure Luna would say hi to Hank in a very loud bark, probably. It'd be what came from Luna. Sarah says congratulations on 50%. And Peaches and Diamonds, she says she wants to do a Heaven and Earth design. She says she does have a question about the crown jewel canvases from them. She says, are they the canvas with the symbols printed on and then you supply your own diamonds? Yes, they are. So you can have the symbols printed on in 2 different ways. So you can have them printed on in colour, like a normal diamond painting, or you can have them printed on in black and white. I have one in black and white. Megan has one in colour and one in black and white. Because she got 2, I made her get one done in colour so that I could show you guys. So I do have an unboxing on my channel of the Heaven and Earth design canvases if you do want to see them. I'd say in the flesh, but of course it's not in the flesh. But if you do want to see them, then you can have a look. She said she was so happy as well. She said that after 8 months, she says she got a limited edition Zesty Blue tray. Woohoo! She says she's excited for December Advent. She said, will we be able to purchase the same canvas that you're doing and do it alongside you? Yes, you will. We will be releasing a diamond painting for Advent. I'm rather excited for the design again this year. It is a different take on. It's different to last year's. It is different colouring, but it's also a different. It's partially different concept. Maybe that's just too cryptic. Maybe it will make sense when you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm rather excited for this year's. We have been blessed to be able to partner with Diamond Art Studio UK again, and they will be supplying us with paintings that are our design, that you guys will be able to purchase from our shop, so that you can do the same painting as me if you wish, though it is not a requirement. Do not think in any way that you can't do December Advent if you don't have the same painting, because you can. You can do December Advent with any painting that you've got. You can even do it with some off the canvas items. You can even substitute it for a cross stitch if you want. The idea is that you spend a little bit of time each day in the lead up to the mad season for yourself. That is the idea behind December Advent, and that will always be the idea behind December Advent. Okay, scooting over, so I've actually got quite a bit of this done now. If I go up, my next symbol is the equals one, which is a nice limey-ish, yellowish green. Sue, she says, congratulations to getting to 50%. She says she thinks she would have given up on this kit long ago. She says so she admires my patience and persistence with it. She said it's looking very good and it will be lovely when it's finished. She said, what do you plan on doing with it when it's done? I have no idea, Sue, what I plan on doing with it. It will probably sit there rolled up for a while. It is a very long one. My mum has planned where hers is going before it's done, but she doesn't do any diamond painting without knowing where it's going. So, whereas I do them for the enjoyment. So, I have no idea. I possibly have one wall in the house that may be long enough, though it does have a window on it. I could potentially put it on the wall next to it, which I think is the same length, so it's probably long enough. I would just have to move a bookcase. They're basically the ones in my hallway. So the stairs, the fact that the stairs come down make it longer. So I'm not yet sure. At the minute, my goal is to finish it, which I think to me is a pretty big goal at the moment. Yes, I've got to 50%. It has taken me a long time to get there, and I'm hoping that the next 50% does not take anywhere near as long to do. Cher loves orange. She said for me, she said she would be happy with either. So I think this is for the mini trays. She says if they were both available, she says she would probably buy them both. She's crossing her fingers. She says that they will be available when it's time to buy the advent painting. Oh, I'd uncross those fingers, Cher, just to set expectations. We would not have enough time to print. Even though they're smaller, they still take at least half an hour to print. We would not have enough time to print enough of the cover minders, alongside the fact that we have big launches for October. So please uncross your fingers. I'm thinking the cover minders will be a 2023 launch. Yeah, I'd rather set expectations. If we can do them sooner, we will. But I would uncross your fingers for October. She said update on her grandbaby. She said Angus and Argyle. She says they're loving kindergarten. Oh, that's sweet. And acting so grown up now. It is amazing how they change when they go to kindergarten. The whole school routine. You know, the mixing with other children, the routine and stuff that goes in place, it does seem like they grow up. You know, with being grown-up boys and going kindergarten now. She says, but she says, Papa and I are missing them so much. She says, but sure enjoying retirement. And she's diamond painting so much more. She says, thank you for all that you do. It's nice that you got to spend that time with them, but I do think you deserve to enjoy your retirement. And if you get more diamond painting out of that, win-win. Sue, she says, hi Rebecca. She said, today's video was great. She says, your painting is coming along so very nicely. She said she also wanted to say thank you for her order. She said it actually came really fast to Australia. She says she's looking forward to setting up her spares box. She says, have a great day. Oh, I'm glad yours arrived fast. We've had a couple that have been really slow to Australia over this last month. I don't know whether there was a little glitch in the matrix somewhere where things slowed down for a bit, but I'm glad they seem to have sorted it out and you can get all your spares organised. It's actually, while we were here while my brother's been here and my sister-in-law, there was something, a toy that, oh, I've just missed a star. In fact, I've missed 2. I'm going to get those because I have done that symbol. So I'm going to get them while I see them, because it's more disappointing, or I feel it's more disappointing, to fill in those ones at the end when you know you've done them already. Yeah, so there was a toy. They were lent some toys for the boys while they were here. And there was one particular toy that she was really liking for the boys. I think they were called squidges. And the boys use them in the bath, and she liked the fact that, you know, they could make bridges and stuff from the side of the bath and make things. They've basically got little sucker things on the end, on both ends, and you can connect bits together. And the fact that they didn't get all funny because they've not got the holes in like bath toys have. And she wanted some of them, and we located some on Amazon. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, got them, they'll be here tomorrow. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, we get Amazon next day. Whereas they're like, we'll be lucky if we get something ordered off Amazon in a week. Whereas in the UK, which partly may be down to the fact that it is a smaller country, also probably more population than Australia, so the demand is higher in a smaller space. But yeah, we can get most items, or a lot of items, next day. And sometimes if you order before 10, 11 o'clock, you can get it the same day. And it's amazing how Australians are just used to being more patient for post. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think sometimes when we do want something, sometimes patience is a virtue, is definitely becoming more of a saying, because society is very much becoming a now. And we just need to, every now and then, remember that the fact we can get something next day or same day is actually, you know, a little bit of a privilege for our country, and we shouldn't take that for granted, because it doesn't always work that way, that's for sure. Handcrafted by Helen, she says, it is interesting. She said that so many people, she said, have had problems with Dreamer Designs canvas symbols. She says she's recently bought 2 from them, and the symbols were super clear on both canvases. And she says, yoo-hoo, on 50%. She said you have done a lot in August. Yeah, maybe Dreamer Designs are getting better, maybe not. I think that's the main reason I've not looked at them for purchasing more, is because of my first bad experience. And I suppose that's a shame, because bad experiences or things going wrong can happen for every company. I know that all too well, especially with the printer issues in recent times that have delayed things more than I want them to be. So yeah, it is a shame. Maybe, you know, once I have got through a few more of my large paintings, I am definitely up for giving them another go. I've just spotted another symbol that I've done already, and I missed one. I've got a letter Z in there. And had I already done B as well? I think I have, because it's the only one. That, or I never actually had B, and it is the only one in this section. But we'll pop it in there anyway. That probably is one that I've not had. Rose. So she says, congratulations on 50%. She says she loves the idea of making the micro trash tray without the magnet. She said she would definitely buy one. She said she's actually just got a notification of the post that hubby has picked up her first Add More Zest order. Ooh. She says looking forward to arriving back home next week. She says from her holiday to look at all her goodies. She says, thank you to you and your family for all that you do to get us happy with all the things. She says, lastly, she's looking forward to getting all her 10 Paint Gem mini paintings to arrive. She says she's happy to say, yes, I'm addicted. She says, thank you again for showing us Paint Gem minis. Oh, you're so welcome. I really do love the Paint Gem minis. I love the concept of the minis. I think Paint Gem do as well, because that's now all they sell is the mini paintings. And hopefully that means, you know, they're going to expand on more different types of them and more designs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I do think they're absolutely adorable, and yeah, will work so well for many different things. I even have more ideas of things to do with them. I just need to get to the point where I can. That's what I need to get to, is the point where I can put those ideas into practice. But yeah, they're just fun. And you know, every hobby needs that extra little sparkle of a little mini bit of fun, I think. Melissa, she says, congratulations on hitting your goal of 50%. She says she's ordered a blank canvas and drills from Evermoment. She says, which arrived today. Ooh. She says, watching you, she said, has given me the confidence to try. She said, although not nearly as big. Well, that's fine. I'd recommend you go smaller anyway, because that one's huge. She said the one she's doing is 22 by 84 centimetres and 90 colours. I think that is still a very nice challenge. I think 239 is huge, and the canvas is absolutely huge. So unless it is complete adoration for the image itself, which I do agree is gorgeous, but there are so many gorgeous images on Heaven and Earth Design's website that, yeah, you're starting at a lot more reasonable size, though it's still a mammoth project. It's still huge. Cheryl, she says, congratulations on reaching 50%. She said the painting is coming along beautifully. She says she started taking a small kit, so a 30 by 40 to work, she says, and doing a little bit each time during her break. I like that. She says one of her students saw her working on it and said it looks like Christmas. She says, I think she was referring to the colours of the diamonds. She says, but there's no telling what she was actually talking about. I like that. She said the image is of a wolf's head and part of a dream catcher. It could be anything if she said it looks like Christmas. It really could be. I wouldn't even begin to imagine fully how students' heads work. Understand part? Yes, helps you do your job. Understand all? Nah, never going to be achieved. Nina or Nania, yeah, I've done it again. She says variety might be the spice of life, she says, but it plays havoc on her storage systems. Yeah, I would love storage to be uniform, but I also find that depending on what storage I use is better for some kits than others. But yeah, stacking them is always fun. It's the same even with storing the shop stuff. I've got so many different types of storage, but hey, they each work for their individual piece. She says, congratulations on making your goal. She says that has to feel good. She said now take some time to relax and charge up for the next bit of shenanigans she said that we all get up to. Recharging will happen soon. Not quite yet for me. Little bit more to go. But we do have a week's holiday in September. So hopefully that will be, I will be organised enough to be able to relax fully is the plan. Right, how many questions have we got left? Oh, not too bad. Still got quite a few, but not too bad. Let's see how far I can get. See if I can get to the end of the questions, because this video has already been going for quite a while. And while it may not look like I have loads to do, I actually still do. Like there's all this huge chunk of pink and stuff as well. So I think I'm going to try and see if I can get some of these gaps filled rather than the pink filled now. Just so that I can still pop a piece of cover paper over this pink and it will stick. Diana said she had noticed immediately, she said, when you had misplaced those few diamonds. I did. I misplaced a section of diamonds on my Heaven and Earth design. She said, and she's surprised that I didn't hear her screaming all the way from Canada. Rebecca, no, stop. She says they're in the wrong spots. She said, glad you caught it rather early on. She said, you had me stressed out for you. Oh, thank you. Yes, that is one thing that can happen. It has happened before with me with my Heaven and Earth design. But one thing I do while I'm doing it, which may not be as noticeable to you guys, but it is something that goes through my head, is when I am placing diamonds, I'm not only, so say on here I'm going, right, okay, this one needs to go, to the left of the grey or fill that gap, or say here it needs to go here, top corner to that yellow one. I'm also referencing it in my head to the ones near it the other side. So I'm not just using one reference point to pop a diamond down. I'm using one, but then I'm mentally checking the ones around it. So in turn, that can help me. Like I spotted that mistake because of the reference to the next one. And I was like, that reference isn't right. Which means when I go to place this one, this reference isn't right. And that's when I realised I placed the wrong one. So that is something that just goes through my head while I'm doing the Heaven and Earth design, especially near the beginning. I reference my grid lines for the first couple of colours, and then I tend to reference the other diamonds rather than the grid lines. But I always have like another mini check, whether it be this goes to the top corner of that diamond and it's 3 from the edge. Yeah, I'm sort of mentally checking both, and it helps me find these mistakes. Diamond Sparkle Chase says congratulations on the 50%. And Debbie, she said she likes the idea of both. She's for the cover minder tray, so with a magnet and without. She says, but as she uses cover paper, she would buy the one without the magnet. That is definitely something that's good to know, because the magnet is, to get a decent magnet that is nice to use, not too thick, not too stodgy, when you're trying to pop it on your canvas, they're more expensive. So this would potentially give us a way for people to be able to buy it without the magnet if it's not needed. Rebecca says congratulations on getting to 50%. And Zoe has said, hi Rebecca, she says she'll have a look in her spare drills for me. She says, but she doesn't have any of that number. Well, thank you for checking, Zoe. She says she just wanted to thank me for making the royal blue trays again. She said it's her most favourite colour. She says, and now she only uses that. She said, you're much braver than me doing a heaven and earth designs. She says she just knows that she couldn't do it. Oh, I think you could do anything if you put your mind to it. But I appreciate it is not for everybody. You know, some people purely don't want to do it because they don't want to think while they're diamond painting, and fair game to you for that. Right, I'm switching to the G because I'm on trying to fill some of these little gaps, mainly these ones down here, so that I can tidy this away, because I do feel like I've been chatting for far too long. I didn't quite realise how many comments and how much waffling I'd do. Kitting Up Kitten, she says congratulations on 50%. She said it's looking fab. She said she did start the mini version. She said, but she changed her mind quickly. She said as she realised it wouldn't be clear enough. She said so a quick change. She says, and now she has a new Heaven and Earth design canvas to do. She says she's used her old canvas to make herself some mini paintings. She says, but thank you for the inspiration to do this. She said, I've watched since I first started last May, and she says she's learnt so much. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's just such fun to do, to be honest. I do really enjoy it. I think I did start too big, but I do really enjoy it. Right, I'm still trying to do these little clusters here. Beverly was the one who asked, would the Royal Mail strike affect how long it'll take to receive shop items after you've posted them in the US? It may get affected by a day or so, and that is more so on its trip from, you know, our post office where we post it down to London Heathrow, where they're, you know, air freighted from and sent to the US from. So you may find there's a day you experience, but I don't think you will experience the delay that we are in the UK of 3 or 4 days. I think it's more the local post office that is struggling to get things out, because a lot of the striking is the postmen and women who are sending out the post. They are the ones that feel they're not getting paid their worth. I don't know their job, so I can't say whether it's something I agree on or not, but it is their right to do, and there is enough of them that believe it. So I will just do what I can to minimise the risk to me and mine, and you know, minimise the delays as much as possible while they do what they need to do. Stephanie said congratulations on making it halfway, and Fee has also offered some diamonds. Thank you, Fee. I will do my social media contact shortly. And then last but by no means least, Jackie has said congratulations on achieving your 50%. She said it's truly a magnificent picture. She says she has a request. She said, please could you do a video and talk us through how you use your book of lists? She says she definitely needs some coping strategies on how to manage her time more efficiently. And she says she knows she's not using her book of lists in a timely manner. I will bob that on my list, Jackie, in my said book of lists, to do. But yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. It will of course be giving you the idea of how I use it with me and my schedule, but of course I'll try and discuss other things that may work for other people that aren't in the same situation that I am, and hopefully everybody can take a little bit of that and adapt it to suit them. Right, I'm calling that done. I did find a couple of L's that I'd missed up the top, so I've done those. So I have the pink and some of this very pale blue to do on this section, but I think I should have, maybe not. I was thinking I would have big enough sections to be able to stick these down, but what I think I'll do is tuck them underneath these others. I can probably get away with tucking that one that way, so it can use a little bit of the sticky from up there to cover it up. And I've just got a little bit there, but I'll be doing it today when I get to sit down. But yeah, that is today's WIP and Waffle. That was definitely longer than I maybe planned it to be, but I'm happy with that. I got some diamond painting in, and I got through all your comments and questions. Whether that will stay, who knows? Let's see. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you will join me for the next WIP and Waffle, which at the moment is scheduled for next weekend, and maybe I'll be working on my new large diamond painting. We shall see. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.